There we go. Good. What's today? Monday morning. Fellow astronauts, wanderers, and everybody else. I hope you all been a good one. And welcome back to another go at it. I'm not sure what happened yesterday. Just trying to make it work, and everything went to crap. Ooh, no, a nice little graphic. Look at that. Let's pause that. We're gonna try it again. Hopefully it works. Hopefully we can kind of listen, watching on the VODs of the finals while I have some ARAM fun. Maybe TFT again. I don't know. Maybe other games. Who knows? But most ARAM probably. I just want to catch up in the finals. It's particularly the three: the LCK, the European. I think it's LEC, and then the NA, the LCS. Probably the LPL2 because it's always strong. Pretty sure there's more. I think there's at least one more. My brain's not working right now for some reason. Is it? I have to look them all up one day. But those three in particular, I know I want to watch. Because this is the one I got spoiled online, but still want to watch it. Whatever happened. But this is the... There they are. Genji undefeated. On Wildlife Esports, who are crazy good, and they managed to knock out T1, and T1 are always fantastic. My boy Faker, I love him. He's always on there. Of course, the old KT roster rivalry there, and I can't believe D Plus got there, but Showmaker always does good though. Barely lost, but was a T1, so it makes sense. But yeah, yesterday we started watching the first game, and then everything went to crap. So let's try it again. We'll watch the first game again. Get to the ban phase. I'll start ARAMS. We'll just kind of watch it and just chill. How's that sound? Not sure if I'm allowed to do this now. I looked it up and I got a bunch of mixed messages. I probably can't. Which, in case that ever does happen, you'll know why I get taken down the VOD. I'm just doing because I'm kind of want to watch WoW stream. But then again, anything that sounds fun, like a good idea, like oh my gosh, putting a little finals over your little text box because you know how freaking interesting league talk or text and everything could be when they get all pissy in ARAM. I figured probably a good idea to put it there, but then I was starting to do it before, so now I'm beginning to think it's probably not allowed. And I'll find out. If any of you are joined see this and comment. If we're not allowed to do this, let me know. I'll have to figure out something else. Maybe probably can't listen to audio, I'm assuming. In which case, then we'll just have to jump around and then let you know the times we start watching. We can watch it together that way, huh? I don't know. We'll see what happens. For now, we'll use our ignorance to our advantage. Well, it's not ignorance. I looked it up. Why do some people say you can, so we can't? They says like you can't co-stream live events, and so they can do VODs. And someone says no, you can't do VODs, and then someone says they've been doing VODs for months, so I don't know how it works.
So this is, I think, something that Humble Life could see coming. A sharp rise in the priority of that Skarner. We have, of course, already.
Hopefully it's loud.
As Pace is going to lock in. I think really been his standout.
This is a really good way to cover the chat. I was trying to figure out something else to cover. Right? Maybe how to cover chats, and sometimes we're crazy. That's a really good way. Instead of watching my terrible ARAM play, you guys can watch Glory Pros play.
And I think it does have a lot of extra utility that the Smolder doesn't have. It has a lot of power. If you leave this Tristana alone, a lot of gold gets funneled into.
Ooh, I'm not sure if I can do this Freeman Truffle. Oh my god, we're a team of mostly 80, aren't we? I feel like if I play Azir, I'm gonna fail. I haven't played Azir in forever.
What sort of tanks are we going to see is the big question as Braum gets taken away to deny that kill lane in the bottom side. Also wonder what
screw it. What's the worst that can happen? It's ARAM, right? We're meant to screw up an ARAM. I can't F around in freaking ARAM, when can I?
So I imagine that Genji isn't going to ban one of those. But Doran has really stepped it up this playoffs, had a pretty, similar to Viper, pretty lackluster end to summer. Really
oh, never mind. Someone did not like it. What is this? Cotton candy energy tastes delicious.
T1 felt obliged to just start banning his Jax. So they could also do that if it isn't banned away and give the counter pick to Delight, but given how a lot of these lanes are played out,
Aaron's always good. I'm fine with that.
Either early on or Rel get locked in.
Now, in terms of engage, you have the Ash Arrow and you have the Zyra, of course, but it's not necessarily consistent. It's not necessarily set up. So with the Nautilus being taken away, they'll pivot to the Leona
Don't want
here.
this.
It's a pretty strong lane into the Ezreal, depending on what that support is going to be.
Double shield and ghost.
A significant amount here in these secondary bans, but this gives them
I am the tankiest person on our team.
like this Leona pick a lot here, even though it's not the
Might be a good idea that had double shield and ghost. Okay. Oh, Thresh. I love Thresh too, though. She could pull them in, though. She doesn't need me to pull. We don't have any ADCs. I go Thresh. Now just call Garen.
Hopefully be able to get Lahen's
Guess we got Thresh anyway.
He's excelled the most. It's also
2v2 sounds a bit rich.
yeah, I mean, good luck, Pace. On that one, obviously, also one of the reasons why the Ziggs has worked so well for Gen G. But we saw yesterday, Delight's impact on the map was absolutely incredible and was one of the big reasons, as this shouldn't come as a surprise. But Doran really has whatever counterpicking a dream. The Camille can even go
what's
for
Doran
something
doing?
a little bit more impressive, like the Renekton or his Jax. Gnar even is another one.
Yeah, and I think this pick is so strong for Keen, though, because I think Cassante is almost ideal for the composition here for Hanwha Life Esports. If they try to do something fancy here in blind, there's a counter pick opportunity, and also Doran might just want to go for
Ooh, they're putting in Mord.
not Maokai here. The Mordekai's are
That was
really
not paying attention last time. I'm sorry, I'll be dropping and not paying attention to this, obviously, but...
He has a lot of sustain in team fights,
Oh, my
but
brother
he
loves
can't
Mords.
just
This would be
deny the
interesting.
Skarner some of his entry points, because Skarner's so slippery. He can come from any angle. He can go through a wall.
We got Thresh, so I don't need to get hard steel, alright?
The best ways to lock him down is just pull him out of the rift entirely.
Not only that, but Gen G is playing a double carry composition, and Mordekaiser has the ability to just take out one of the. If you flash.
Only because Hanwha managed to take down or beat T1 from taking down Gen G, I'm hoping they win.
Damage to get through the rest of Hanwha Life before he gets blown up.
There's also the fact that they're pretty much single.
I already got spoiled in the first two matches.
Well, you take the Rel out of the fight, they're not going to have any initiative.
Apparently it goes to
in
5
fights,
somehow,
and
so this is going to be
it's
interesting.
likely that Mordekaiser is going to win that 1v1.
Yeah.
I'm willing to make.
As we all know, the freaking silver scrapes is all we ever wait for, eh?
We've seen Keen actually do this the most here in the LCK. We don't have a lot of players with the Mordekaiser license.
Oh, there's a Yumi.
Here. A lot of those licenses were issued over in the LPL. That's where they kind of belong. Over here, we haven't found as much success. And Doran is a player that does generally.
Good job, Brad.
Be himself on certain tournaments. So far, we haven't seen the more here.
Now, I think the main focus here for Hanwha Life needs to be on those Void Grubs. You need to be able to secure enough of those for the Tristana to be able to have that impact inside, take those turrets out, because team fighting early
Stop it,
on,
Ori.
you're also going to be a little bit stronger
Scaring
there
everybody.
before the Ezreal gets his 2-item spike, before the Smolder comes online. When you win those fights, you need to get bigger wins on the map. You need to be able to take those turrets out early, be oppressive, because the late game is coming. The scaling for this composition for Genji is coming, so you really need to have a lot of control. You might have to give up a dragon or two, which feels quite terrible on the Smolder. but you
Was
will
she minion the whole time?
I love to see the amount of Hanwha fans. So the fans of this organization have waited for so long for them to.
Who is
make
Thresh?
it back.
Forgot the lantern.
8 years since the org has made it. Back then as Rocks, now as Hanwha, have had a couple of tumultuous years. Anything from finishing 10th place to choking
Yumi,
them,
you little bastard.
all the way to quarterfinals at Worlds. The LCK final was out of reach up until this point. And
Oh, there goes Ori.
There it is. He's back again. And of course, I mean,
Hey, we're not having any drops yet. Last time we already had like, what, 5 times the freaking stream dropped out? So it's better.
understands the trials and tribulations for this player in particular as well. His international goals, the fact that he hasn't been able to cross that finish line for this roster ever.
Oh.
And yet, he has been so consistent. He has never given up.
Very brave, Nyla.
That roster split up entirely. He went to SKP, but he is still a top player, a top jungler. Yes, people will always criticize some of his chokes, some of his international performances, but here domestically has been the pinnacle of top jungle play, smart pathing, and even when he hasn't been considered the best jungler in the LCK, he's always been top 3.
Yeah, and he's also, like, he's won. Obviously. Many other times, you know, twice with Gen G, the team he's facing down now with SKT as well. When he joined that roster in what was considered a super team by a lot of people, he's been able to take titles in the past. But
What are you talking about? Talking about Peanut? Don't die, Thresh.
As that right there is actually the stickers of the emote set.
What kind of laugh was that?
You got your buff orange at the ready.
And we do have a little bit of
Skins,
delay
yeah.
getting onto the Rift for our very first game, guys. But we are very, very close to getting ready to get into it.
I adore this arm.
This is Danny. Wow. Coming over.
It's a different look since last time we saw it in Korea.
Like there's
It looks
real
good.
John Lennon energy happening here. I feel like
Finally.
he's calm down.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm dead.
It doesn't suit the crazy roster.
Yep.
It's a little bit more mad scientist, you know? He made it to goal. It's fine. It was a bit of a tumultuous ride for Wade.
He's just come back to write some sweet, sweet
There we go.
music.
Oh, I started enough for it. Okay.
But we're just making sure that everyone's stuff works. A little bit of a peripheral situation.
Ooh, we could just wait
as
for it
we
then.
can
Get stride
see,
breaker and we have some
we've
fun.
paused it at 0-0-0-0, by the way.
Yeah.
I know that we're going to be jumping in at about a minute because that's generally what we do. But yeah, it's just before we get on, we want to make sure that people can.
Oh, chat's way up there.
And move their mouse. It's pretty good.
And
Let's
we
move
talked
that
about
up.
a lot already, and we'll obviously continue to talk about Humble Life, what they've been
There we
able
go.
to achieve, even making it to the finals, given that some people, me included, thought that the plot armor was still going to be too strong.
I just make it bigger.
It looks like we're going to get in the game, so we'll get into that later.
Yeah, you guys can at least see then my
That
stats stuff, eh?
We've got time. Hopefully this isn't a very quick series like Gen G fans would have you believe. Hoping that we see something more from Online Esports. Reviewing this board, guys, are on the top side of the map for game number 1 of the grand final.
That was an accident, but it worked. Ooh. There we go. Ah. I didn't get slow that much.
So, back to my narrative point.
Yeah, get in there.
On the flip side, I think that when we look at what Gen G was able to achieve, particularly for me, that spring win was something that really felt like a very deserved end to his journey.
Don't die now.
Gen G then went on to win MSI as well. Really also sets up for the fact that this team has ran on a mission for almost 3 consecutive years now, right? Starting all the way back in 2022 and having the surprise win when T1 had their dominant split in 2023.
Ooh, almost died.
One constant throughout all of that has been Chovy, and I feel like he has even mentioned this himself in interviews. The insane thing to me is that he's like, yeah, I don't feel like I've had the best split.
Ooh. Brave Annie.
But then you look
MVP, by the way.
Yeah, MVP, by the way. By far the best mid laner, but then you look at his stats and you look at not just the fact that he individually has been such a standout player for so long and has finally broken the curse of not being able to perform internationally, but also the fact that despite all that, we feel like he didn't have as good of a split, which is insane.
Oh, she's trying.
The gap between him and as good as Zaka has been, still is
Did she waste her
something
ult?
that,
Not very smart, Ori.
if you compare it to any other role in the Rift today.
There have been some seasons, especially with Chovy on Gen G, where I felt like he was the centerpiece and everything was about him, and the rest of the team was solid, but it was Chovy's team, right? Yeah. And I feel like he may appear, even to himself, like he's less impactful right now because the rest of the team is so strong and the synergy is really there. This team is really peaked.
Uh-oh.
We have been living in legacy. We have been living in their era, like you said, for nearly 3 years here.
Get away. Are we going to get away?
Now it's no longer just about him, it's about this 5-man roster.
Oh,
and their
she's not getting away.
dominance that we saw from them in spring, moving into summer, which was more dominant. And to me, I look at Chovy as a player who's always improving, always growing, hasn't peaked. So he's up into the game now, he's finally back.
Finally back to see whether Chovy can peak further here in this one on the Smolder. This time around, of course. I think Smolder is not going to be only played as mid lane throughout this series. I think
Oh,
this
good dying, people.
It really does help open up drafting opportunities. Gen G utilizing it very well here. If Online Esports can
What'd I just say?
back it down to mid lane, then it's likely that the series gets a bit easier for them moving forward. Not to mention the fact that this isn't their service game.
Should also
Alrighty.
no surprise that Gen G is setting up for a lane swap right now. With the
Barely
boost they
making
have.
it. We're
Level
doing it.
1
We're
for
making
Humble
it.
Life is really strong though. they might have to find a way to at least ensure that they can get something going here in this level 1. Because if Demon's able to just even
Who we
see the
after?
rest of camp, that kind of already starts tilting the experience in favor. But it looks like with Viper already heading towards the bot lane. That's
Leave us alone, Yumi. Leave your little
looks like we will just have the standard
little Nico beams along the way. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Yeah, you see Doran's going bottom side to the left of Genji's right.
There we go.
Camps will get some additional,
We got Annie.
you know, information
That means no AoE. Hopefully, destroy our team.
Or Canyon should he decide to go over there. Greedy P also knows he's safe to now come in here and take these Raptors with that warding. As we look at the win rate here, by the way, for FaZe on this Ezreal, it's a pick that's kind of fallen off quite significantly. It was a few patches ago, but he was incredible on it. You know, second really only to Viper in terms of his individual Ezreal plays, and some would even argue stronger than Viper at times. It's a niche pick right now in this meta, but I feel like it's so incredibly strong with this trap because you have a great front line, you spike 2 items.
Who's exploding?
Come online later, then you have this hyper scaling composition. We have to keep our eyes on how well he is.
No, Annie, we'll leave them alone.
We're going to try and yoink some things away here as Delight a little bit later towards that bottom side. And Peanut wanting to collect himself a red buff here as the vertical jungling is going to continue. Still teleport coming through here. Hamalive considering a bit of a dive as Keen gets down towards that bottom side. Some burly members of Genji down here, but the death grip comes on through. And Doran able to get Keen down to about 50% underneath this turret.
They're going to try, but
Oh, we died with them all. I didn't go too well.
Yeah, well, they get the CC down there. The pushback, Keen burning.
Make it a little bigger. You guys can see it.
blood going over the lens.
You guys don't care what I level my skills, right?
But while this is happening, FaZe is just pushing to his heart's content. Waves are going to be lost. Experience gone by the wayside. And yeah,
Are they getting tanky at all?
kill, but I don't think that's how Humble Life wanted to play.
Oh, no one on their team's a tank. Okay.
That's going to be the pullback there as Lahen's in a little bit of trouble. Viper gets that frost shot on him and his ex-teammate.
Maybe Infinity Edge would be really good. I didn't get then, eh?
Two really greedy plays here from Lahen. The first one is going pretty well for Genji and ends up being a bit of a backfire for Hanwha, but this time trying to stop Doran's back there, knowing he has teleport, trying to deny him from getting up there to that top lane and catching some of those waves. Fails and backfires visibly, didn't have any vision control there. Uh-oh.
Delight really just getting in there. Hanwha came to play today. Just flashing on top of Chovy, getting the flash out from a smolder. Absolutely amazing. And now Canyon looking to make his entrance. Next still has flash. He's absolutely fine. Makes it far enough back here. And Humble Life Esports not going to be answered.
He's gonna help themselves, can they?
He's the only one TPing. He's the only one that can get back to the top wave in time. Is the one that is TPing into the one.
Come on, guys. I'm too low on health to dive in again. Hold up.
FaZe is trying to get as much poke as possible, trying to set up for a possible dive. The light is on his way as well. More 3-6 is a lot more diveable than afterwards.
There we go.
You know this is coming. There is a ward there. It's gonna stop paying. The light's on his way. I don't know if it'll be in time though.
Oh no!
Doran's going to be in a lot of trouble, but Delight should turn up.
Hey.
Gets the information.
We live. We shouldn't have. Okay.
Absolutely amazing. But the crash down's working out. Doran gets a big old shield.
Alright, get the passive going. We'll be alright.
Any of these
Ow.
kills.
Freaking Yumi.
Canyon's so incredibly low. Lahen's trying to take up the turret. Ends up collecting the kill, but now the reset monster could be coming through. Payne's already gone down. And Zeka not actually able to get into range here. You can see him looking for a reset angle, but not going to go too deep.
And the presence of mind there, FaZe is able to, yes, trade 1-for-1, but Genji, I thought Alma was overforcing towards the bot side, but even with the light there, and FaZe initially tanking the turret, they feel priced in to this play.
What's going on? He's using Delight and all this?
You don't commit there, that you end up getting caught, and you can see Doran playing back here with the light there. It's just gonna be
Alright, even if I die, it's worth it now.
going back to this play down here on the bottom side. Doran takes that extra tower shot. Doesn't ultimately matter here. Keen is engaged on so quickly by Delight. Can't use unstoppable until afterwards. And then Lahen's decides moments later to go for a back deny. We're going to skip that part and go back up here. You can see, look at how quickly Delight actually turns this engage. Hayes takes an extra turret shot here. Canyon takes one too as they decide, okay, we have to do this. Zeka is coming up. There's a ping on him so you can see on the mini-map. And they just cannot actually deal with this. Now, I'm not entirely sure how Hayes does end up ultimately going down here.
The Mord managed to hold his own in the top turret while being dulled by 3 people. Good job.
But Doran does actually
But he flashing cleanses as well.
yeah,
On the play.
still a lot of cooldowns, and I think Humble Life actually feeling quite quite good, although with this gang, maybe not.
Big aggression here. The line's going to get pulled back here. Flip's doing a lot of work, but I don't think it's going to be able to do enough. Getting revenge on his opposite number.
Lanes are real in this game. As Gang Squad is victims of Big Squad. We're just seeing non-stop dives here, non-stop action. Humble, though, ending up with a pretty significant gold lead here after the fact. It's only 200, but they're winning out.
We're starting to take out turret. Damn.
The question becomes, though, have Genji staved off the pressure enough because FaZe was able to get that kill earlier.
We're getting wrecked.
They have this scaling smolder, and Tristana isn't able to get any plates just yet. I think Hololive do need to continue to ramp up this tempo.
Second trying to trade back here with Chovy. They did collect 3 grubs. Suno especially, I think, really like
Dead, don't do anything.
this little yordle is pretty good
Lame.
at utilizing them to destroy all of the structures on the map. They already have 3. So good work there by Peanut to be able to lock down that first neutral objective.
We're getting Infinity Edge. Now will be a problem, hopefully.
And this is kind of what we expected coming out of Pace specifically.
We already are
This
trouble.
was
Let's
done
be a
from
problem.
He did, of course, receive some up from Kenyan Lahens, but spent a lot of time in top lane by himself as well. Didn't really get too much for his efforts, though. Hasn't really been able to build up a significant CS lead over
Oh.
Viper. And with that
Thank you for the
kill
follow,
towards the top
Suki,
side,
or
it does
Asuka.
make sense.
Suki, I think I missed. Put it together. How'd I do that? But thank you for the follow.
But also, as you would expect from the
Hope you're having a good Monday morning.
outpace his opponents, and it means that you can just start on these objectives early on. Kenyan is still level 5, which is also the biggest experience gap that we have between 2 players right now, meaning that Genji isn't really
Here we go, there's a
positioned
chance.
to get anything going when it comes to contesting.
Now, I think Hanwha really, or Genji rather, actually indexed super hard at the top side, right? They tried to set up that
I'm not gonna keep chasing and over chase and get caught again. Not gonna do that. Hi.
They didn't have Cryo bottom side. They weren't able to get the dragon. Now they lost Cryo with Pace coming back down bottom side. They get both the grubs.
How's your Monday going?
Now, even pushing Pace out of lane.
Well, the arrow is going to sail through that 6 points in my country. Summerline V-Sports are not going to be able to find the engage angle still with some free time on this outer turret.
I've been doing good. Just kind of enjoying my day, catching up on the finals VODs and crying.
Oh no! Reign of Terror does take half an hour. I say that, so probably has to chill out a little bit.
Crying to win some ARAM while doing so.
With this Zyra, and it's particular, and we knew this, right? With the fact that the light got his Leona in the game, it looked that impressive, but he wasn't able to play this Canyon.
Yeah, there's the Strangleforms actually to start this one off. Canyon looking to try and get out of there. It looks like Peanut will be able to steal away Red Buff, but is there any more fight in this? Just a plant that's able to finish that off. No vision available for Genji and Canyon. Kind of getting bullied in this early game.
And I think a large part of this also comes
Yes,
down
too much
to
sustain.
Tristana is much more threatening than the Smolder this early on, particularly with Grasp. You see every time these plays happen, Zeka is already on the roam, ready to respond to his team, because we saw Kenyon, I think, thought about it for a little bit there, instead just charged into those Krugs and let his red go.
Yeah, I think Hanwha Life have really been doing such a great job of playing around the fact that they have lane prio and they need to get a tempo advantage here. Sure, there was a lane swap and Yasuo got some free time in top turret, but with that lane swap protection, he doesn't end up getting plate gold.
Wait, she just take down 4 people by herself? Oh my gosh. That's a problem.
There in that last moment, preventing follow-up dive there, but they still put the pressure on Canada. They still take his red buff away. But let's see what happens here on these next grubs, because this is where things get really important for Hanwha Life. They need to see start getting to the side and go side lane. Yasuo did. How much gold will he generate?
Oh, I got freaking CC to death. I tried.
Really powerful later on. Plus you have the Ezreal poke setting up for objectives. If tanky frontline, Genji's composition in the late game is just so robust. It doesn't really have very many weaknesses. So Hanwha Life need to be looking at like a 2,000 gold lead at least at minimum when we get there in terms of getting those turrets off the map. Or I think Genji will just run them over. So this is a really pivotal moment here when those grubs spawn in 15 seconds.
Yeah, and we see both teams already adapt to that. Doran actually lane swapping. So
We lost this match. Hopefully Genji and Hanwha Life, or Hanwha Life does better.
And if he is needed, he can make his way. Phase and Lions, though, as expected, also there. Crucially, Lions hitting 6. Magnet Storm, absolutely huge. Delight doesn't have level 6
Really level
just
6?
yet. So we'll see if that is
Went through an entire ARAM match and they barely hit level 6. This is why I don't play freaking Summer's Rift anymore.
The ultimate available here from Doran. The arrow going to connect as Viper is flanking. Okay, Strangleforms is going to kill Canyon. He can't impale his way out of that one. And some more grubs going over to Hanwha Life Esports in this is Tristana.
It was a very greedy call from Gen G, but
That's
you
good.
don't want to give over 6 grubs. 5 is almost
It's crazy how they changed everything ever since the freaking everyone started playing Ziggs and everything out there in LCK. Everyone just wants the grubs for towers. Never used to ignore them. Remember that?
This really is not online, and they had to kite back. They had control of grubs. Sure, they had pride, but they never really had actual control. With Viper being able to come down there from top lane so quickly, has the arrow as well. And Gen G make a big miss.
Can you introduce yourself? Of course.
And some additional gold.
And it was clear that Gen G's plan, the moment that Doran's teleport caught
Who's gonna stop
came
ya?
in, was,
It won't be me.
fine, Chovy, you just shove bot wave. We'll get a grub and get out, but thanks to Viper, that is not going to happen. This also means that
Aw,
it's just getting
that little
further and
Nor.
further ahead on this Zyra. And down the line, you're going to have the tools to deal with that, particularly once Smolder is online, can use the plans. It's very straightforward. You see, they try to get out, and Keen actually tries to catch it there for Canyon.
A modular. What's a modular exactly? The regular I understand. 'Cause I do a bunch of Blender stuff too. And I've been slowly learning Cubism through live. What's it called again? Live 2D river? That thing's a pain in the butt though.
Because we already talked about the Smolder and its scaling. What's important to know with Ezreal is that what was nerfed specifically was how
Do all sides Twitch stuff? That's cool.
was good because Ezreal probably shouldn't be allowed
And I'm always happy to see people's creations. Yeah, of course.
But when you get to 2 items and onward, you are still incredibly threatening.
Kind of nice seeing all the different creators doing everything they do. Some people are really incredibly gifted. It's insane.
Of the Zyra and the Mordekaiser, you can just chip down at them and rack up huge damage.
And I think that's really the these late game team fights are going to go upon.
For Annie, what are we gonna do besides explode?
Just simply because he outranges both the Tristana and the Ashe, and it's difficult to lock him down with Leona engaged, which is why the Nautilus.
Always happy to see work done, of course.
The Smolder as well, because he can of course flap away. But you know, it's gonna have to be one of those games where Han would just end up hitting them with the wall.
You want I can show you some of the random stuff I've done one day.
Get that Mordekaiser to ult somebody and win those team fights with a Fed Tristana and resets, because the Ashe is going to be a lot more utility in terms of how she plays out these team fights than the Smolder and Ezreal later on, that are just so incredibly strong and punish any sort of indecision, because you have that poke coming through and that burn from the Smolder Q.
Oh, we might have lost this one.
1v2 up here for now. They're trying to shut down this Tristana, trying to prevent him from getting those plates.
What's big here is that with Lance roaming up, they're ensuring that at least they, as I say that, maybe with more people, they should be able to hold on to this turret at least for now. Pace is making sure that mid lane doesn't get too far pushed in, and this is something that Gen G does really well, which is the defensive play, making sure you don't lose any turrets without really getting anything significant. As the hell yeah, I assume for the
Never mind, we lived. We're good.
We got the Swift Drift right from the get-go, but this is a good finals.
Hopefully we get a drift a little bit.
Now we're in.
Oh, yeah.
For those playing at home,
Never mind.
haven't maybe watched as much LCK, that would be an infernal soul. Pick up the cinders, drift around the map, feel really good about it.
Dive Mordekaiser.
Yeah, dive Mordekaiser at level 10 with the ultimate.
For Annie, we will explode eventually.
Rough choice, but they are still going to consider it. Chovy, he's the one that goes in. The stun had already connected.
What the hell kind of freaking spider is that?
Chovy able to get out of the way of one of the abilities, but not that one. Still, it doesn't matter. The Mordekaiser goes down, but then somehow he survives. I think the grass might have been a pretty.
Rumble your tank. Go.
The Tristana, though, is going to be able to push outside here, taking that turret out, start putting the pressure on him. There are a lot of resources spent for Gen G to make that play happen. It was not an easy pick. It was very expensive. Doran doesn't flash. He knows they're going to lose a turret in exchange. But look how many resources were already spent to try to stop the Tristana from getting that play goal, to get that top turret. She still gets it. It's in trade for a turret. And then Cassante picking up the goal versus Tristana picking up the goal.
Oh, I'm so dead. We're all dead.
This is the type of snowball this competition needs to have to win this game.
That was not the best level 1 fight.
2,000 gold lead and even an extra crash.
Yeah, another crash off the health bar. And actually, this is just it. It's a Tristana and it's 5 grubs. Like, that is not long for the world. In a turret, a lot of gold. And Humble Life Esports, despite the fact that they lose Doran, they're unable to actually get that counter kill on the Trophy down there. It doesn't matter. They still
What are you looking at on? Is he on Twitter there?
Make sure he could be a part of the play. And I'm loving the
Asuka?
insanely high pace
Asuka.
with which Humble Life is playing this game.
I have no. I'm bad at pronouncing, by the way.
Insurmountable within the LCK. If they can just get away with plays like this, so the moment that this teleport is invested, it ends up being super significant, right? The immediate response.
Oh no. We're getting jumped already.
As I think we were justifiably a little bit afraid of the Mordekaiser
Yeah.
dive attempt.
And in my brain, I'm thinking this is an AD carry versus Mordekaiser in melee range. That's generally going to go poorly. It didn't really look like that, actually.
Yeah, he has Grub.
He has Grub,
I'm gonna want to get Leandri's ace.
His ultimate, right? Gets a lot of extra healing from the mom.
Yeah. And I mean, there's no other damage obviously coming through. At that
Sent me a
time.
friend
Or
request.
something along
Awesome.
Zeka once again putting pressure on these turrets. You can see his teammates battling him every time he tries to put this pressure on, so that if there's a rotation, they can actually keep him
Is it on Twitter?
punish him. So
My username is Zai.
and now that Doran has freedom on the top side, he's just going to be farming it up. Genji are the ones who have to follow Zeka's lead here, try to get the punish, try to deny these turrets from going down. I mean, that's the tug of war that we're playing here. That 2,000 gold lead has become a 3,000
hi.
gold lead. Zeka, he's the one with all the money. And this is exactly where Khan will want to be. Here comes the
Unwell did a really good fight there.
This time it's Genji that is able to get the punish. Then King couldn't join, let me be clear. Doesn't have teleport available just yet, but he doesn't really need to. And you talk about diving the Mordekaiser. Diving the Skarner is
Much better fight than we're doing in ARAM.
of insanity here as Lance isn't able to get anything going, but Canyon just makes sure that Chovy can...
Come on, Rumble, get in there.
He did that, and the Magnet Storm to keep him longer. Viper wasn't actually there from the get-go, and then with the Phase Ultimate, they're able to get the kills that they need to hold off.
I think this could have gone very differently if that Impale doesn't go off the way it does, because they have the teleports, they have the minion there, they can blow up the turret so quickly. There's really a bunch of AoE.
Oh, we're dead.
With the Impale, with the Smolder, with the True Shot Barrage, that really helps Genji hold on there. If the Impale wins,
Get him, Tibbers.
just as well as he did, which again, not a tough ultimate to hit, but we have seen some crazier things. Okay. But if he doesn't hit that, then this ends up being the correct call for Hanwha Life, and they actually trade up so massively after the turret goes down. So, clutch play from him. Hanwha Life's Goldie fading a little bit after that.
The big problem is the fact that Peanut died. That is so much bounty gold going over to Genji, really stifling that gold.
While I'm playing this game? Like how long I'm playing League? Or like just this match?
Incredibly important in this game. That could be a pretty costly mistake here.
Or just today?
So much of that
Guys in League? Oh my god.
Checking that bounty was important.
I'm dead, so I can think about it. I just started playing ARAM not too long ago today. I wanted to watch finals. So I figured why not watch it with all y'all. Trying to need more coffee. The League itself, I've been playing since Volley Bear before the 2013 Worlds. So I know I got the Thresh skin on my main account. But for a while.
So this is not the end of the world here for Genji. They were able to get that one dragon, so that's 5 minutes of
Way too long. But it's always fun to come back to. Take breaks when you get stressed, but sometimes it's fun. The arena mode was freaking great. They have Earth mode.
To continue to farm safely and get those stacks. And if you're not hitting champions, you're not stacking as quickly as you are just from going to the minions. Yeah, sure, you stack for both. So
he has hit it at 19 minutes. Yeah, which I still
Loved Dominion when they had it. I used to play that for. That was my main thing. I loved playing Dominion.
I want to highlight as well.
Then I stopped playing so much at all when they got rid of Dominion.
So like their composition is going to be feeling a lot better. The team can
I
also
actually took quite a long break. I think I took a break from games in general when I was working my butt off. There's a couple years there when I had to work several jobs at once. I didn't have time for anything. You know? Oh god. Nippers do stuff.
Support. Yeah. Because you could, you could get the bounce through or plants. Now, what if that bounce was a max health, true damage burn when you hit the plant?
Oh no, don't die me.
Behind it just kind of goes boom.
Get him, Tibbers. He's kicking my butt.
How well Smolder can play the Zyra plant
Well,
Dragon, for example.
Tibbers, I can say you tried.
Okay, hold that thought. Lahen's going in.
I'm not sure how hard you tried though, buddy.
Come on through here as Doran just wanting to take down the realm before the battle even started. Tainted a lot of trouble in the arrow. And it's second is able to lock down the kill, gets the reset out of the way of Canyon now. And Lahen's is still alive, but it does not matter. There's so much damage raining down. He finally finds some Magnus Storm, and maybe it's just gonna be Chovy that ends the show, but in fact it's not. Because Zeka's here and he says remember 2022. Well, he's
Ooh. Zeka got Chovy now, alright. Who'd have guessed freaking Zeka be stepping up so hard in their game? Figure Peanut kind of be trying to pull everything through. Do we have no tank on our team? Oh my god, me and Rumba have the same build, so no, we don't have a tank. Hi. Get him, Tibbers. You're a tank.
Absolute hero in that one, right? The fact that he's able to take out, maximize his damage, and talk about the items earlier. He has been sitting on the 2.5 life for quite a while. I'm pretty sure it's his first item finish now as well. With the Baron coming in. And how well as expected. Could be setting up there. Look, Lord Dom's third, so now he has Transform Gauntlet, but still not going to be the front line that I think.
I'm surprised they didn't target me right away. Figure once the Tibbers hit them, they'd be coming out to me no matter what. Poor Caitlyn is not making it back. Oh, she got the turret. Good job.
But also if they go for a next Baron, it goes down almost instantly.
Yeah, we have to
these
consider
Leandries and stuff, the shred is insane.
We have to consider the next Baron fight, right? If Hanwha Life have that setup, even though the plans can be frustrating, you know, against Smolder, you're gonna have so many ways to deny entry here for Gen.
We'll get him.
The map gets opened up even further from this Baron, and they can do things like, for example, while they're contesting Baron Vision,
we're being jumped.
have Zeka go and solo the dragon.
Creepy freaking spider pumpkin.
Is really tough for Gen G because yes, Smolder is online.
Riven. When did we get Riven on our team? Where'd you come from?
If they lose this fight,
We'll get him.
Dragon, it is looking pretty doomed. It looks like that's enough, you know, to stop.
Are you tank then? No, you're not tank either.
Coming online, especially if you consider how ahead Zeka is right now. So it's a tough call to make for Gen B here, whether they can test this or not. And Hanwha Life are making it for them by just saying you can't get anywhere near this dragon.
It's also again, if Doran has a splash at any point,
Wow.
needs to play so much
Who was
more
that?
respectful, because if he gets taken out of the fight with just Chovy, I'm like, maybe you can win. We saw how close that previous fight was. Is it just pace? It's not happening, and even though Chovy I think might live depending on the terrain, Smolder is still in this game, so I think Hanwha Life are in a great position. They're going to be able to get soul points here, but at the same time, Gen G have fought their way back from some monumental deficits, and there is still always going to be eventually the team fighting.
Right, we need to die, right?
I'm specifically keen on this blind Chrysante. This is something that Gen G keeps doing, even though Keen, I feel like, gets beat down again and again and again. And it's not out of necessity. We know that Keen can play the counter picks very well, and I don't think it's one of the core issues in this game, but it does feel like what he's supposed to provide, which is a reliable front line, just doesn't seem to be working because of the execution.
We're all dying. Get him, Tibbers. Get him. Melt them all. Never mind.
You can't win.
Yeah, no matter what, like you're going to be dealing with that double 80 carry. You're going to be dealing with the Leandries burn. I mean, there's so many things that make Keen's life miserable. Not to mention the insane single target blow up that HLE have with Zyra, with Ashe, and Leona, and even the Mordekaiser to a certain extent helps out with that single target isolation. And I'm not talking about his ult, just talking about his pull. So you really are kind of a sandbag that's going to get ripped to shreds in a lot of these fights if Gen G don't have that vision set up. They need a lot of time that Keen sometimes isn't able to provide for those Qs to come through from Chovy. We saw how close it was next to Baron there to if you actually get just a little bit of extra time as Chovy.
Oh, actually, they're pushing. I forgot how hard they're pushing Gen G.
Find those angles, and Dragon goes over, they give that one up as Baron was still available. But the next Dragon, you can't give that one up. You can't give up this next Baron.
Team is too squishy. You gotta stop running in like that. Well, that's going to keep happening, guys.
Go about your day, and he does. A little bit of interference being played here as Genji really don't want Life Esports taking that short track through their own jungle. They're going to lose all of their camps. They're going to keep falling further and further behind. And Peanut, a player very, very good at this, is there to nail. Speaking of
big fight.
Gonna get blown up. Lahen's gonna follow suit, but you can see Chovy in a decent position to do damage, and now Paige is actually in the fight. And look at these cubes.
Ooh.
They're being torn apart over the wall. Is Zekalo still looking for some angles?
But Tristana over the wall, and good job.
We're gonna try and get out of there.
I mean, it's just a single flash snap decision as Hanwha Life. Their Baron is gone. They didn't get any inhibitors. They're like, all right, well, we'll just group as a demolition squad. We have this fed Tristana. We're going to make the turret.
Hope you're dead, aren't you? Yeah, he's dead. Can't save you.
Canyon once again snaps ages and pulls them in. 2 dead here for Hanwha Life off the flank. Is that worth it, though?
Go get him. Get him, Tibbers. Oh my god, freaking Malphite.
Value for threatening the Smolder. As you take it over, it's very straightforward. Able to just immediately.
Oh no!
Just goes
through his ult the wrong direction.
Yeah, goes completely wide. Then Paige in this scenario can actually threaten Zeka enough so that he jumps over. And then here, Zeka doesn't actually get to put the damage down onto Chovy and Paige the way he did in the previous fight.
But he did bust a shot all of the damage away and possibly save the rest.
How many
of his
dragons
teammates.
is that?
Yeah. I mean, Baron's up here 30 seconds.
On Leaf or on Soul Point, so they're heading to objectives. I already see they have more towers. Good job.
Lahen's getting a lot of vision set up here actually into Hanwha Life's jungle. It has a nice wraparound angle potentially as well.
Delight's fishing for it. They find the solar flare. This is the flashless Stana. He still finds an impale, but is it going to be enough? As Peanut goes golden.
So when did Skarner come back in a freaking meta? Thought he was dead. Doesn't like the rework. What happened? Not complaining because I like him, but still confused. Get him, Tibbers. Is it all Malphite now? What is going on?
Missing his stun there and still making the play work. That's not Lahen's energy that we're looking for.
I mean, it was just moments before they went for that engage on the Keen, setting up for that vision for Baron. He had so many wards set. You can see all of them on the minimap.
Well, Genji at Baron. That's never good. They're ridiculously at pushing objectives, so let's see if Hanwha can hold them off.
But look at the value and pace and Chovy layer that damage. And in this moment, when you start to lose control versus Ezreal Smolder, the only option is to get the hell out.
Immaculate.
You are never going to win that extended fight. Yeah, he dies, but he tanked so much damage, allowed for that star team to come through.
Oh, Rumble exploded.
Zeka here punished with all that vision they had earlier. They're like, oh, you think you can contest? You think you get 50-50 this? No, we already set this up.
And Flash actually coming out from Viper in the last moments there as a slow on the page.
Get him, Tibbers.
I don't think they're going to be able to grab their Cloud Soul that they had.
I may be gone, but Tibbers isn't.
Looks like Genji will be able to collect that, utilizing the Baron that they had. Only 1,300 on the Rebel Baron power play, and Life Esports still have a gold lead, but this is really starting to turn into there be Dragons territory.
Yeah, we're going to get to the point where a fight
I gotta
is not
slow
going to be won
or
unless
more
Aurum
burn.
gets access to Chovy. That's the one way that there is still an
Malphite's
outlet for
exploding
Hanwha
me,
Life,
so probably a good idea to get some health, right?
With how tanky Canyon now is, Keen obviously has gotten to the point, getting very close to his next time finish as well, where he can just tank that damage. And the follow-up of Lahen specifically is just not going to be able for Hanwha to get through that fast enough to not tank like 3 Qs. As Chovy has a QSS for the arrow, and then also a stopwatch just to make sure he's okay.
For the next arrow.
Wait.
All right, the arrow is going to connect onto Viper's X.
Big fight again.
Just spreads them all out. Zeka's almost dead. Chovy is going to use one of his stopwatches, this one for the Death Realm, and now that Mordekaiser is just dead. It's
For Mord.
him in the end, and the inner turret now going down. Genji might just be finished with game 1.
And Chovy does actually get found by Dora.
Oh no. Ooh, that was close. Good job.
This time around, gets
Huh?
the damage, and Hanwha can't collapse.
Oh, Elise, why? I was trying to kill Big Urgot.
Ward down there, but I don't have any teleports. We're just going to go into the replay and hope there's no more extra action as they thought this was the angle.
And this is what you mentioned, Chronicler. Maybe you can lock Jovi down, but he's got the stopwatch for safety. He's got that burn damage already going through, and there is just no world, I think, anymore.
Should get Banshee's Veil after this, huh?
So tanky that he can last long enough that you're ever going to win a fight here unless you cheat a fight.
Oh, Genju gonna finish it?
Unless you catch Genji in a mistake, but they have Baron, they have map control. They had it ever since that flash impale from Canyon. We asked the question, was it worth it? You look at that fight follow-up where he's able to get the impale even without it. I think the answer is absolutely yes, because they don't get that setup on Baron. They don't get that deep vision. If they don't get that punish topside, and it's just like watching dominoes fall. Hollow Life were always in control with this Tristana. They took so many turrets. Zeka was so ahead, and it's just one play into a great clutch there from Canyon in the second fight, and then the whole map belongs to Genji, and you can't even remember the advantages on what
Why am I
happened
clearing the waves
5,
though? There we
6
go.
minutes ago.
And imagine making a champion that scales like basically
Oh, everyone's dead. Never mind.
with hitting minions with abilities, and then having Chovy in the game, and then letting him play it. It's sort of.
I'll have to imagine I can see a range.
I know, we're sort of seeing it. I'm starting to realize that
Good
that should be
hypothetical,
allowed.
Atlas.
Yeah, that
Why does
should be
Caitlyn want
allowed.
Bloodthirster?
That should be a thing that we're letting into the game. As Arrow is going to connect. It's onto the Cassante though. He's happy to take that one up. The plant's just being taken down. Yeah, Lehens knows that he's seen because of course there is a control ward down there. But yes, this is just Mom comes down and then breathes a little bit. And I'm like esports. I think they know that they're gonna have to give up an inner turret.
There's no teleport flank angle.
Soulflare does get a flash out. No, it's an arcane shift. They look pretty similar. I was a bit
I'm Milton.
like esports actually get something there. As it's through
Dude,
connect this time.
freaking
He's got Clan Flash, and Ezio come back in a second. Yeah, so hold down this champion without that Nautilus pick, you know, that was banned earlier. I mean, Leona's still good here, but this is so impressive. There's no teleport wards, there's no flank angles, there's no real fight. Like I said before, the Hanwha can win legitimately. Not a front to back, not a long fight, not a fight that takes more than an instant kill, basically, or an instant pick by Doran, which at this stage I feel like is just not possible. The Zonias, the QSS from Chovy, Randuin's is done for Keen. He's no longer made of paper like he was in the mid-game. I think Hollow Life can somehow steal this one, maybe cheat this one away, where it's just Genji going, I'm ready for the next fight, I'm scaled, I'm online.
freaking Smolder. No one likes you. You cheat. Unirelian.
Early elite. Between these two teams, I think the biggest it's gotten is like what, 4K when Hanwha was there. Obviously, gold value not going to be everything, but when looking at the items, it is actually very similar across the board. The obvious issue here is Chovy, and we keep going back to it because it is so game warping. And you can see Hanwha Live consistently just tries to find a way to deal with this. But
What are we doing?
It doesn't really get better. This isn't the scenario where you can get, unless Chovy mispositions. But like, again, QSS as well as stopwatch, because Chovy knows as long as he doesn't die, losing fights is going to be insanely hard. And now Hanwha Life, they're just
Fire on turret, is that what's going on?
their base.
And we talked about the single target lockdown that Hollow Life has, but who do you lock down now? He's no longer weak, he's no longer burstable. Canyon, if you try to lock him down, you've engaged on yourself essentially. You can't
Woo, I barely survived. Yay for getting health.
flash play, arcane shift, you can't lock him down.
appreciate it.
Look at the engage, you know? There isn't a great target anymore. They just scale so hard.
Yeah, this arcane shift forward from
Yay, good shot, Kate.
incredibly safe behind these big tanks.
Yeah, he's not afraid. And
I'll
Hanwha Life's getting put down.
And I'll answer your question. They have to engage onto Chovy. They have to use everything on Chovy. Chovy's going to go through those buttons that he has, and Hollow Life Esports going to hope they're not dead by the time Chovy is dead. Because if he's left to hit them with anything, he just dies. Arrow going to connect it. Does give them a bunch of extra vision. Lehens trying to crash away from this. The Baron kind of ignored now. Doran
Aw,
just
wanted
putting
freaking
Lehens into that death realm. And the
Tibbers last a little bit longer. Get him, Tibbers.
And the big thing here is that the ball wave, or top wave rather, still pushing in. And Reno's down. This
We don't need more burn. I need to survive that ult.
The fight position was a little awkward there. Really well done by Hanwha Life to keep the damage from Chovy at bay. But it just doesn't feel like it matters. Maybe they'll leave it a trade for the soul here. I don't think that alone is going to be enough.
But I think it's the only choice.
Hanwha
they
gets
can
the
make.
soul.
They clear the wave. Zeka still had teleport, so he can come over here and help secure this so Genji can't get the double. But Cloud Soul is really
Jen
just going to be
got
your hopeful buffer for maybe
Baron.
an Elder Flip situation.
Okay.
That's all you've got left, and you're going to have to try to defend this Baron, which is so incredibly difficult with an inhibitor already down. And Doran tries to lock Lahens down here to turn this into a 5v4 fight, but he's so isolated. The rest of the team doesn't trust. They have no vision. Look at those controllers to the left of the red buff. They don't know where Canyon is, and they know they can't step up and try to actually help kill Lahens once he's out of the death realm, because they're just going to get blown up, they're going to get impaled, they're going to get caught. And you can see Zeka's playing an arm flip. He's like, ooh, do I want to rocket jump in here? The answer is he can't. You don't have the power in this fight because you don't have any control. And even though he's super fed, it is the late game. He's got his own USS.
Okay, what are we gonna do? Where's Malphite? There he is.
So hard to lock down.
Ooh, 6th item finally completed here for Viper as well. Last item, Infinity Edge, does mean that he's going to be doing a fair bit of damage here on this Ash. Maybe another legitimate threat to come out here from Hummerlife Esports, but it still feels like such a difficult task, despite the fact that it's still 2.5k. Like, the biggest lead that we've seen in this whole game.
I want to hit Malphite. I would have gone in on him.
And it's 40 minutes in.
And still, like, again, I think Hummerlife now on the next player for the back as well. But this is still winnable for them. They can still go up 1-0 in this round, the same way that they did
There we go.
the first time these two teams
All right.
faced off. That
Okay, we
was
got
very
this
different,
in the
though.
bag.
That
Let's go,
game,
let's go, push.
did feel
Push,
like
push,
Gen
push
G
to the
was
end.
really taking his pace.
Come on, Tibbers. Little poke.
Still looking for these autos. You can see the passive doing a whole bunch of work as Jovi called his mom just to ask whether there's another opportunity here. But she doesn't quite make it all the way.
The TP coming in.
Yeah, looking for the angle here.
This could be an
Zeka,
angle.
he goes down extraordinarily low, and he actually joined the fight is the question. And Doran, oh man, if Jovi had
Here
walked
comes.
a little bit closer.
Headshot.
And instead, the teleport comes in and they lose an inhibitor in the mid lane. This Baron doing its work here for GG. They're not taking the risk that Hummerlife Esports need to
There we are.
And even if Doran flash ults him there, he's got the Zonias, and the rest of the team isn't
Get him,
there.
Tibbers. Jumping for jumping me.
Pushing mid. He doesn't commit. He wants to use this defensively. He wants to just buy time for this Baron. 30 seconds left, but now he's down to teleport. The third inhibitor hanging by a thread here.
How is Hanwha still defending so damn well? That's crazy.
Pace going to help that one move on over. Did look a little bit comical, but it was necessary. Arrow going to connect into the backline there. Good buffer on the arcade shift with the impale. Used only onto the line, but he's still melting. Doran trying to get into that backline, but it's Jovi. The
single
lockdown,
thorn.
the first one. Keen in trouble, but how much trouble is he really in? Because this dragon is only just getting started, but so is the Tristana. Some angles here for Viper as well. And now they're looking for it. Jovi is so incredible.
Oh, we won. Nice. They took down Smolder.
They find the team fight.
And this time around, Gen G throws a whole lot of damage around, but they don't get the
Caitlin, good job. You stayed cool the whole match through.
40 minutes in, the death timers might
Now they're
be
pushing
long
in to end it, aren't they?
I imagine Viper and Zeka, they're definitely gonna try.
They've just got to make sure they kill the super minions. Kill the super minions.
I mean, they have this really insane push. I mean, it is a level 18.
I remember hearing about that. We need to watch that one later. Apparently something happened with LEC's championship. The Super Minions won it for him.
It's going to be an inhibitor to go down here. I don't know whether they can. I mean, there's a lot of damage. There is a lot of damage. Arrow is back up again. Canyon extremely tanky. Lahens trying to get in there. Look at that. The Nexus turret just evaporates. As Zeka is
Are they just trying to ignore the tanks? Yar, smart. Nice. Good job.
Absolute nerves of steel. He says, I have taken this game. It belongs to me.
And his Super Soldier title is definitely still his. Here in
That was the freaking game where I missed last.
more games to get through after this one, and man, there is a lot of tape to go over on both.
That's pretty good considering how much CC we've seen freaking Skarner has.
Any more of these, all three of us are gonna die, I think. I mean, that might happen.
Every
That's one hell of a first game they put together then.
Locked out of being correct of this finals, and every single one of them probably fears for how this series could look because game one already. By the way, with Gen G on board
Game
side,
one. Oh
Humble
yeah.
Life played to their
Right.
win cons. They were able to get a tempo
Let's jump
advantage.
into
They
game
felt
2
hard. They lost
bans.
control. They handled the pressure well. They lost an inhibitor.
There we go.
Gen G in game one, the Sejuani, the Vi, and the Maokai. Maybe if Gen G want to drop the Maokai ban, that'll be the first hint they want to change up the draft. Maybe they feel like they could deal with Zeka's Smolder better if they leave it to them. We'll have to wait and see. I think on the side of Hanwha Life, if you want to ban it, you're going to replace the Nidalee.
I'm of the mind where they just need to get rid of all the infinite stacking champions.
I would want to echo what Dit was saying earlier.
What do you think?
Effectively, Gen.G went with free scaling lanes, and they got away with it. But at the same time, it did kind of feel like
They're literally just making it so that you have a you don't even have a champion until it gets to a certain point, you know?
It is a whole nother thing. After the first game Humble Life won in the previous series,
Brand the face roller, easy. We have a lot of AP actually, don't we? We don't have any AD rerolls though, so.
But it means that we can get a completely different style coming out from Gen.G. Last time I think it was the Kalista Blitz to come through, which we all know how that one ended. We'll see if Gen.G go for a similar level of pivot, and for Humble Life, they can just try and do what it did last game.
I'm really curious what this first pick is going to be. We knew the final ban was going to be that Ziggs, but we have confirmation now. As picking something like a Zyra first doesn't feel very strong in this position. They're going to go for the Ashe themselves. And after seeing
watching non-finals, I've seen no one else really play Ziggs as much but the LCK.
Of course, so you don't have that synergy, but there's a lot of other picks here you could grab in second rotation here on blue side to pair with the Ashe in the bottom lane.
You think he's like a
for Zeka here and Peanut, we've seen
force
so
pick that only
these two players with Vi
LCK plays?
Another champion that sets up well. We've even seen Ari.
Do you think everyone else is going to eventually start playing Ziggs like crazy?
Try to keep it a little bit more unknown what their game plan is here, considering Canyon often shies away from said Vi. They pull out the Jhin here right away for Viper. One he played quite well yesterday, and the Azir looks to be the lock as well for Zeka. We didn't get to see it yesterday. It was banned against Faker every game. This time on Life, it's buffed on this patch. We'll grab it early.
An interesting choice, because Tristana is still very, very strong, and something you could imagine.
You heard that too. Don't let Faker play your Azir.
Another choice here for Canyon.
That's also not the stream of shuffle. That man's crazy on it.
More recently, but the Zyra Ashe, baby, it is very, very powerful. They're the ones that are going to be employing it this time. This is a very enthralling matchup in the mid lane that we are possibly getting set up.
Their comp will hurt.
That it's a solid core here for Gen.G to start us off.
Oh yeah, they got so much CC. It's gonna be fun here.
As the Azir Corki comes through, no surprise there, and this is
I think an early
look completely different, right? We're looking at the lanes that are there now for Gen.G, as well as the top lane.
early magic pen like Void's or Void Staff. Void Stone's a crappy version or lesser version. Void Staff is a good version.
So far, and the Ivern makes a ton more sense.
It's so oppressive into the Ashe because she's so low range, and you have the Jhin who can set up and brushes far away. It's difficult to punish him. It also gives you different angles for the Azir. You can set up soldiers outside of the brush while also having that safety of being in the brush. It's very oppressive, very difficult to fight into. Now, Braum is a big concern. I think that will probably be banned away here against Rahan. Well, like we saw Gen.G ban it in game 1 because the Ashe Braum lane is such a strong kill lane. Instead, they'll ban the Renata. Interesting, especially considering they didn't go for that dive-heavy jungle pick of the vine. The Renata ultimate is going to get so much more value.
Right, I got caught. I was trying too hard.
I still think that Braum deserves a look, though.
Yeah, Braum and Rel now needing a little bit of a look here, especially if you see an Alistair come in on 5 once again. It does mean that they do want to get rid of that, but instead, Casante just taking away one of those blind picks.
We're gonna want that ult ASAP, and then we're gonna get to Void Staff probably immediately. Or what's the other one? Crypt Bloom for Diana. I missed that stun. I feel terrible.
Yeah, exactly. And also when you run with the Ashe, that is a bit of power. It's interesting though, and it kind of echoes what we were saying. The takeaway from Gen.G, play a lot more correct, and takeaway from Han-wise. We could have very well lost that game.
Oi, go away, Ari.
Take away the blind
No heart stuff.
Feel like he was from the beginning was able to find his way back and have some incredible.
Brand is a lone wolf.
This means that I think the life might be looking at a bard again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You don't save counter pick here unless you're looking for a bard. You just want to get confirmation as to what's coming through. Now, the Braum is left available. Feels very strong. Obviously, the level 1 is incredibly impressive here for Gen.G competition. Even outside the lane on the map, you can look for picks here into this, and maybe even make some of these champions skill into something they don't want to at level 1 if you do end up finding them out. So that one feels like a strong option, but it's the hens.
They're caught by the bubble. Oh, this is not going well. I need that ult. Oh, we got 2 of them.
mean, it works, but more is, it's like a pick champion. So
We just need level 6. We'll be okay.
In the cow, though, and it feels like this is a bit more of a stock standard composition. But once again, with these Azir comps that Life Esports put together, I don't necessarily see a lot of damage here unless they can really get on top of their opposition.
That's why Zeka has such a big role to play in this game, because Azir is going to be the main source of long-term damage.
I'll take it.
Fight. Obviously, the Jinx are out zone. Renekton Jinx have been quite strong in team fights because the Jinx and follow that Renekton Jinx so far away. They obviously have the trigger siege from Peanut as well, so it's really easy to collapse on a single target that gets caught out. But Zeka is a player, and I feel like we haven't talked about this that much. We haven't really given him the credit
There we go.
he deserves. It was a player who's Azir we thought for
Oh no, don't get caught, don't get caught. Anna, can't save you. Oh. Did anyway, I try.
On the flip side for Gen G,
Rest
that
now
game
in
one
the
loss,
cold of the dark
they
night.
are the extremely average. They have not, I think, had this lopsided feeling going into a series since, what, like 2023 spring? And we know how that one ended.
Yep. Or like the last time they were in a final. Like,
We're gonna get
Gen G
early
just
Void
really
Stone.
They have been.
it's like kind of
That's
like,
the game Magic
it's almost as
Resist.
if they're going for
We'll get
5
Void Staff after we get
LCK
Lounges. How's that
trophies in a
sound?
row. Or a 5-feet Yeah, probably something like that. But it is now time to get into game 2 because you can't get a 10-feet without winning at least 3 games in this series. Right now, they have won their first. Let's do it.
We're getting hurt. Careful now. What the hell?
Alright, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Onto the rifting game number 2.
Forgot.
Gen G looking to
When
find
Jinx
back
gets that kill, it's over.
a game 1 loss. And this isn't unfamiliar territory. They fell down in game number 1 against Life Esports in their first match. And, well, in the last time they met here in the playoffs. And it was the same story, and then Gen G just went ahead and won after that. That was sort of how that
Alright,
went.
we're in.
Yeah, it was a... I felt like back then we were also impressed with how Hanwha looked. You know, compared to what our
Where's
expectations
Diana?
were. This is a similar
here yet.
situation.
Okay.
They had to clutch it out in the end, but it did look like they had a lot of power and should have been able to close that game out from the lead. They had some overextension support balls led to that punish play from Canyon. Going into this draft, though,
There she is.
very different. The win cons are way less self-explanatory. Last time it's Gatorade carries ahead, especially Tristana, takes turrets off the map. This time it's more about subtle objectives that are going to be a lot about team fight. It's going to be about
Oh, we don't have the damage. We don't have the damage.
how much damage you can output in team fights, because when this Corki Ashe gets to the late game, especially with ornaments, Gen G's comp once again is the stronger scaling team.
I do also think that this hinges on the Doran and Peanut effect as well. Root Collar is so powerful when you have...
How the hell is he
The
still
one thing
alive?
he doesn't have is any ability to get on top of anyone in general, right? And Root Collar works as pretty decent engage to just deliver a crocodile
Fine.
to your opposition, which is generally, in their opinion, probably a bad thing. Because crocodiles can be quite vicious. And Doran being able to get there in a moment's notice without having to use slice and dice before his gap is going to be really, really important.
You want to highlight more lane stop this time around. I do actually really like the Born counter pick, into the Renekton, because
He's trying.
with Riddle, you actually have a good
He
amount
wanted
of
that kill.
counter.
You saw that?
Never gonna have Cryo.
Barely got away.
It doesn't really matter, right? Because I think that Canyon is equally happy just farming up, because he will actually outpace Phoenix early on. Obviously, he's gonna have
Oi.
just wait and Ivan clears, and kind of a window there. But the main thing you want to do is enable this match.
Oh, we're so weak. Jump to me, buddy.
So, just being completely self-sufficient, and like even 3-6, I think it covers post-6. I just don't see you dying in a 2v1 dive. There are obviously scenarios where you rotate enough people who can take down the Aurum, but it's going to be tough, and shockingly, Canyon is in fact here at the outside of the map.
Yeah, Life Esports have full information as to what's going on here. Peanut actually looking for a similar situation in the mid lane. Chovy playing very defensively, and it looks like Canyon not opting in for any sort of dive. Hanwha dealing with the
All right, what are we gonna do?
Now, on the top side, Peanut is going to be able to secure the scuttle, but it's really difficult to actually use Ivor in the door, and you knew the Ivor was locked when you had that door pick to come through. They showed the Renekton early, so fantastic pick, and that's how the team is pretty low here. Doran actually putting a lot of damage on them, so maybe they can make something happen here. It's pretty tough.
Yeah,
Explode.
Peanut
Nope,
maybe
she's
in a
not
rush here.
exploding.
I have a feeling that King knows exactly what's going on, and he holds the wave, making sure that Peanut has to tank the turret. He is going to walk past, and it looks like Peanut wants none of that. And Doran dealing with this wave in a pretty annoying position right now, but he's not under any threat. He has a bit of an idea that there is no canyon.
What do I get? I need Leandri's to actually stay damage threat, and then I'll get voice staff. Otherwise, it's not worth it around.
Didn't have to flash the cleanse, but losing all that farm just from Canyon coming over and the compressive power of Blitzcrank act early. The slows can just lead to a hook, can lead to your death, can lead to you losing the game right away. You have to play respectfully. This is a massive lead, and this is exactly what Ash is going to afford you. She's also going to scale better into the late game as a true, real carry. So, you know, the cross map was a scuttle crab and looking at team. So, that was great for Canyon thus far. Canyon made the larger impact. We've seen this happen a lot of the time with Canyon's playing the Zyra into the Ivor.
Also see here, a drive-by gank for Peanut. Of course, ganking on Ivor sometimes is just, they go for a trade and you pressure shield.
Yeah.
Jovi still able to keep the pressure up.
Doesn't have Warmog, that's good.
Zeka about a wave behind, not really anything to be too worried about. Same towards the top side, but it does really feel to me, even though I think that Hama Life will still have a good amount of threat late game, the mid game is where this comp spikes, right? You want Ivor like an item or two, Jhin, Becla,
The
or at the point
fire
where
cleanses the
you
wall.
get out of the curve and you're able
Our
to
guy's very edgy.
Zeka, around maybe an early objective. That's when I think they're going to feel the strongest. Eventually, the natural Renekton, even with Ivor, I think it goes in further into relevancy, but down the line, you're just going to get shredded, right? There's so much damage available on Gen G.
Give 2 seconds. These can ult off.
Does come out, a lot of respect there from the line. The Canyon not quite finding the angles. This Peanut try and get some damage down. Good positioning from the Hummelite Esports jungler.
All right, got the ult off. Lee Sin got to finish it.
Looks like there's not going to be too much response.
Yeah, and unlike the last game, Genji has tons of prio bottom side. They have prio in mid, and even though Canyon's gank attempt there doesn't end up getting a kill, it gets a flash, and it guarantees they have that additional prio for the dragon.
And then what?
Control means there's no way that Peanut can come back over.
Leandri's void staff and then Rabadon, maybe. Blackfire Torch. Rabadon's and Blackfire Torch. Just ungodly amount of AP.
Is really just not that significant.
What's also very pointed is that this is how the early game went for Humble Life, right? Like with that Zyra and Ashe combo specifically, able to get an incredible amount of early objectives going. Now Peanut, thanks to the prio they have on top side, is going to be able to get the grubs. Doesn't quite feel as impactful this time around though, because I do expect.
Oh, they're trying to get someone.
Grubs, and I think they have a lot more tools now than they did in the previous game. But also
where's our fifth? Oh, he's dead.
And even I think again, the Mordekaiser is really, really strong when it comes to
Still having a little bit of trouble here in Doran, as you would expect, especially given the sustained advantage. There is a round of best now complete. So he should be able to mitigate some of it, but Peanut, he's coming over. They're looking for an angle. Are they going to be able to find the snare?
There we go.
But the root caller going to come in after the flash. He will be alive for now. That's a big summoner.
Really good timing there from Peanut, because he goes that he uses his W to
Was that one hitting tower?
trade, so he knows that it is available. Gets the flash check, he really wants to flash there because he saw the Canyon really commit because they don't know where Canyon is. Canyon's here, the ult is available. Do they want to go for this? This is a Renekton.
Oh.
And I think they made the right call not to.
Yeah, I think
Dan
he's
exploded.
not in any danger. You're able to come over here and confirm that Peanut is not actually diving a second time. There's no fear of getting a flashless Aurum blown up here. Ult's down for Doran. Just protect, make sure he's okay, allow him to stabilize, and move on. You already got the Dragon bottom side, you have that Drake lead, and your composition scales incredibly well. Toby still maintains that.
Oh, they can wait another 10 seconds. They're con. They're right here.
It'll of course stack back up a little bit higher after this wave crashes here, but he's got his early game going smoothly. You've got the Ashe winning the way she's supposed to. The machine.
I got too engrossed in this match. Apparently, I stopped paying attention to the final I was watching.
Want to highlight as well, sure if he actually goes take off, which is definitely the one to lose. It's mostly just been starting at level 1.
Good dodges here. So we're watching the final, aren't we?
Does that, and that's going to make everything K.
Also interesting, you're talking about runes. We do see the pressing attack here for the Azir for Zeka as well. Yeah, less common to see on the Azir, but I feel like very strong in this tanky front line of the Ornn. And he is, again, going to have to be a big damage dealer in these team fights. The Jhin is not really going to be able to alone break through that Ornn's tankiness. It's going to have to be the Azir a lot of the
Maybe
time.
we'll do...
Just be hitting the squishies, which is not always
No,
going to
we go
happen
crit boom, then
in a
we're
comp like what Gen G has been
not going to do
putting
enough
together.
damage.
Down here, Peanuts just dropping a daisy as they're trying to get Viper some
shall
much
wait.
needed gold here.
Viper is standing next to the pillar, which is a little bit dangerous, but I think if Kane was to use that searing charge aggressively, he would be in a lot of trouble given the proximity of the cow. Is going to back away, but play going over the line.
Actually, nicely done.
There we got freaking void
We
stuff.
saw that Humble Life did kind of have Zeka kind of shadow towards the top of the map, but I don't think it really was a dive opportunity there. Maybe if they catch Kang right, we can get the red Zara is very immobile. You get on top of her, trying to dive an Ornn, especially when the amount of damage is available, quite going to be there.
Yeah, now, once again, just like the previous game, they moved Asia to the top side of the map. They're setting up for the grub contest that you were talking about. You know, this composition isn't that strong with just 3 grubs. I mean, even with if you got 5 or 6, it's not the most oppressive grub composition we've ever seen. But given a 0 moment with the turret in the side lane and can disappear, then you got
Take down the turret.
Benji look like they want to contest for this canyon heading up. He does not have his teleport just yet, but it's coming online very soon.
Incoming, who's coming?
It's like much more reasonable for Gen G to take than the one they tried to take in game 1 before the composition was online. The Ornn, he does go through this fight. Teleport's still not ready. Then it's so hard for Humble Life to actually fight.
Even though I die, it's worth it.
Early game ultimate, but otherwise,
Now run, Lee. Run, your life depends on it.
Yep, I wouldn't mind it if Humble Life Esports just gave this up when even on the grubs and didn't try to throw things away at this point in time, but there is a big question that I do have.
Now we need Rabadons to have a chance.
When
Now
is Humble Life Esports looking to fight? When is going to be that time
what's gonna work?
where they hit that sweet spot of power
I mean,
spikes?
playing so much
Or
penetration
do
is
they
gonna
even
matter
just
when
want
she's
to
stacking
hit
ridiculous amounts of magic resist, right?
Yeah, it actually is.
184?
It's a
No.
little tough. I think you are just in situations
I don't think
like this,
12
and yet
penetration and crap's gonna do anything to nobody.
long range engage that you have available.
Not a lot of damage until Zeka gets here. He is finally going to come down. Bellows' breath is fantastic. Even gets the train on in. But Keen is still going to die. And that is first blood going over to Zeka exactly where they wanted the money.
Yeah, now you asked where they're going to fight. I wouldn't call this a fight, but it's a great macro read. They're able to say, okay, well, look, we're going to give up grubs. We don't have to set up to fight that, but we have the numbers advantage bottom side. We can get several things. Try to pick off Keen, get the shutdown kill onto, not shutdown kill, but the initial kill, first blood, over to Zeka. He's the one who needs the gold the most. Plates and the dragon are on the other side.
They're waiting for something. What are they waiting for?
As well. So even though Gen G get those grubs, they only go up to 3. And yes, they'll get
There goes
some
Rakan.
themselves. There's a trade up of money here for Humble Life.
You can see that Keen is shadowing him as they were trying to take this bottom outer turret, but not actually going to draw Keen's attention just yet. He decides to give up on that. Doesn't want to take the risk because they're going to trade dragons 1-for-1 and trade turrets 1-for-1. First turret blood going over to Gen G though. They locked down that top outer.
Yeah, I imagine that they were looking to see if Team was going to TP back in because they were hiding the dog. If he does TP, you're definitely diving.
Oh, poor Diana. Didn't get to live long enough to do anything.
As we take another look, this is, I think, one of the big issues for Gen G is that, again, Ornn in the side lane, eventually, if you have any one in the area, his re-engage, his stall can actually do a whole lot. You see, he actually has a good amount of damage.
That was really
But Kane's on the other end of the map, right? So Kane
I'm dead no matter what.
they end up getting, but a kill going over to Zeka specifically, given his heroics in last game, obviously gonna feel great. But additionally, getting a lot of extra resources on the only AP carry of your team is always gonna feel great because it makes the items.
The Rakan did do a good engage for us though. He freaking chased him down.
There's not really a great answer to your question, Atlas, about when should they fight, because in terms of item spikes, obviously the Zero is going to be very good on 2. The first item he gets the Nashers 2, that's going to give him a
Oh, Lee, you should just help me take down the turret, buddy. We weren't gonna make it out regardless.
In general, basically the strongest item Azir can pick
You have
up.
a delayed death
So
timer.
obviously gonna get that one first. the Jin doesn't really have a strong spiking moment in this meta. He's obviously more utility, so it's not about his damage output. I think you always want to take every favorable fight you can find, and you want to find them as soon as possible. So fights like the last one, or picks like the last one that we saw on Dekeen, making the right decision on the map, setting
All right, here we go.
at the right time, utilizing your brushes, and trying to take unfair fights before Toby comes online, before this Ashe comes online, is really not quite the answer to your question, but I think Life's best bet is we're starting to feel like
And there we go.
have a pretty massive lead, it's only 300 gold, but because of the scaling and how they've been able to weather the storm and how well they're doing early as she's supposed to, how well they're going to grab the ball and go for it, they have to make a correct play. Gen G, I think when they have space, will be heavily benefited from the way with the Zyra, with the Ashe, with the Fortress.
Only do so much that time.
As tools to create space, it really is going to come down to how can Canyon position.
Jinx is smart. She stayed out of it.
Because one of the things with this Blitzcrank specifically is that ideally you want to have an impact early on. We obviously haven't seen that, and we've seen Lance carry plenty of team fights and mid games as well. And it feels like Gen G are also going to be trying to
Oh, I still got someone somehow.
At this point, I think realistically anyone. Obviously, the best would be Viper, Zekka, or Peanut. The other ones.
Do I just go with Shadow Flame if we live long enough? Yeah. If we somehow make it, Jinx doesn't just end it right now, I'll get Shadow Flame. Oh, I guess we need Shadow Flame. Here's our chance. We have to keep pushing. I get ult off on someone? I did, at least.
Look at how disconnected Hanwha Life are in general. Zekka's in the top lane. He's not able to get access. Peanut's nowhere near Doran. Sure, he has some time with his Dominus. He can buy a little bit of time here. But the fight is so broken up. Hanwha Life have Delight's counter-engage here, so they're able to isolate Canyon. Zekka does decent amount of damage, but in the fight, in the longer fight of Ultimate from Viper isn't going to be enough damage. And
oh, we're not reviving in time.
To get that kill, and he's just in no man's land.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about
oh, still a good game.
But I'm not so sure generally. My phrase means not good. Don't do that.
Was that he didn't click on the right part of ground?
No, so
ground has gate.
I mean, I don't think so. I think it was just genuinely like trying to cut off because they think realistically thinks the light is dead, right?
It is one of those things.
What's going on? We're being distracted by our ARAMs.
Well, if you have arrow also, then maybe it works. But like Viper.
Hanwha Life won the first one, surprisingly in a last-ditch turnaround defense.
I don't think you're ever going to catch them.
Barely squeaked by, but they did it.
His patience with using his ultimate, I think a lot of
looks like Gen G are holding him stronger this time around, though.
We saw in the series against T1 as well. Waited for the Orange to actually hard commit to the main part of the fight before he started setting up the guns there. Still, when everything
They're smart. They're getting rid of me as soon as they could.
That got the heralds, and the trades were even. So I don't think either team is going to feel too strongly about it one way or another.
Freaking Jinx.
It does feel though, Chronicler, though, that
I think it makes sense. She's stupid damage.
Trade up for Gen G
I would agree.
situations, and obviously with the Herald, they get a little bit more map control as well on top of that. And Hanwha Life, had they been a little bit faster to respond, or if Doran teleports a little bit later when they're actually closer for follow-up, I think this could have been a fantastic fight for them. And those are the kind of angles you have to fight. You have to cheat your way through these team fights in a big way, I think, at this stage of the
How
game.
good is Zika with Zir?
Able to make it work in a very confident, or rather, a very decisive way. So Gen G are probably feeling very good about the outcome.
Well, hook onto Daisy.
That's mean.
That is so mean. It is a fair bit of money.
It's good.
For Gen G.
It's a very good hook.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense, especially Peanut had just used it. The chain CC
What is this team?
Oh, they just took down his best friend and then they cut him down as well. Another hook.
Oh, they have Blitz, though.
The main character of Hanwha Life Esports is just dead, and there's no way they're fighting this one. As the dragon will go down as well. The second one for Gen G, the first X-Tech Drake
We'll be Urgot.
of this series.
Which will be a pain in the butt.
Game number one was an extremely high-paced and classic Gen G, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're waiting, we're biding our time, but when we see an angle, we'll take it.
It's decisive, and you know we've had some questionable driving from Lehenge throughout the year, but you know those two were pretty good as he crashes in, takes out the mid turret, and then the follow-up. And obviously, in this angle for the arrow, it's very difficult for Peanut to react quickly enough to flash it. But if he does flash it, I think this is a very different situation. They
That's
will
a good
actually
blitz
get to
hook.
have some modicum of a team fight here.
He's very happy.
Deserved, you know, celebration here from Lehenge. You can see the pressure of losing that game one has definitely not gotten to him.
Yeah. When Lehenge isn't cackling, you know that this is a series where there's still a lot of tension.
Yeah, he knows that that was a great moment, so you still get the woo. But yeah, there is
Who would have guessed that Demacia is the capital of Demacia?
Have to even things out, bring us to a best of 3.
But now
taking a win here, but we are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. 2,000
Funny
gold
tidbit.
is a good lead.
Yeah.
Dragon advantage with a great soul, also fantastic, and they win neutral fights in general. Humlife Esports are going to have to find some angles here away from some of these hooks.
Guess we're the only tank, so we're gonna go. We're just gonna be as tanky as we can be.
They are now in the driver's seat. They are pointing the ship, right? And I think Humlife did find some way to rock it. 2 items for the Azir. You have a lot of great ways to set up fights.
Oh, once again onto Peanut. The hook is going to connect onto Delight, and he's going to use that to taxi forward. The Blitzcrank certainly not very tanky, but neither is Delight as it turns out. Redemption to keep him alive, but its pace is raining frosty bullets into his backside.
This is my doing.
Oh, he was mine.
The 1-for-1 this time, both of the supports falling down. As a teleport in from Zeka, he just wants to take as much money on this map as he can find.
There are ways to blow up single targets, and there are ways for Zeka, if they get map control, to set
Really
up
wanted me.
angles, to set up for engages.
There's no turrets.
Oh dear. Yeah, there are a lot of bad guys coming, and Zeka does not have a lot of friends on the way outside of Peanut. The flash forward from Chovy. Oh, doesn't get slowed down by the volley. Good sidestep there.
Who'd they kill?
Peanut going down yet again. He does get the brush for Zeka, who's
Duck?
trying to play it out. Pays almost
How'd you die, buddy?
but it's Zeka that goes down in the end. Delight realizing there's no follow-up, there's no angle. That's Lehenge versus Viper. Best friends. The enemies, and he is going to let him live.
He let him live. That's camaraderie
It's
right there.
beautiful, it's mercy.
I just think it's because Viper is one of those sprinting gyms.
Yeah, well, you
It's only one that goes fast, Jin.
He's like going to be a very high-paced, long
I'm gonna Azir too.
Let's not forget.
Very odd game.
Has a rift named Aurum, okay? And he's got the Swifties.
He
he's got
did,
the
yeah, he quoted the drift. That is very true.
I mean, this is just a Lehenge thing, right? You know, we always see these setups, whether it's Maokai, whether it's the Axe Arrow. He's always trying to fit
I'm
the
dead.
setup hooks.
I'm not getting out.
He does go down. The problem is, Hayes is an 80 carry, and Viper's not in this moment. He has way more of a damage up, but yeah, Viper can try to stop these retreats, but Zeka cannot close the gap, cannot get in there, so it just doesn't matter. Ends up being a trade.
And then we go to this topside play where Gen G really want to commit. Tries to keep Peanut away from Zeka. Hayes actually almost ends up going down. I think the Vamp Scepter and the Red Glove will barely keep him alive. Otherwise, he could very well drop. This is still a happy investment, right? Both Chovy and Face end up flashing.
Almost got him.
And not having flash,
My team got him.
I think is actually a big deal. I kind of wonder if Face shouldn't have just ended up going down there. Like you trade 1-for-1. Might have actually been better. We'll see if he is able to play the team fight, but that's a lot of playmaking potential for Zeka now there that wasn't there before.
Yeah, I think the shutdown was what he was most concerned about. Like, he was going to give a ton of gold for it. If he does end up dying. But
Forgot how
Zeka's already
freaking
on 2 items, so
wind up
it
the
is one of those
stupid
things
he
where
is.
we'll have to wait and see whether it matters or not. If he ends up being caught when he could have flashed, then we'll definitely say yes.
The train is going to come through, gets the knock up as the arrow not going to connect this time around. Peanut able to move over it. That ward working out their full vision of the arrow the entire time. And Viper, of course, was standing next to it, so that sort of helps.
That's 2 cooldowns down though with 35 seconds about on this dragon. Yeah, we haven't talked about the dragon as much. It's hectic great. There is a Azir.
Oh no.
Game.
And honestly, Jin
This
kind
is
of uses the lineup really well.
even that. So obviously can't really be given over. One look at the item spike. So this is what we were talking about earlier. Moonstone are done for Peanut.
I'm actually surprised we got Azir there. I didn't think we were gonna do anything. That's gonna run in there and die again.
Now are behind in gold, but I do think they're really, really strong. Stellamaki were next as well. Doran has leveled level 2 the ultimate. And Doran hasn't really been able to have an impact yet. I think he needs to step up big. Him or Zeka needs to get on top of Pace.
Yeah, they need to get a pick. They need to kill the Ashe. Or the support is so difficult with Valkyrie. I mean, if they can punish Pace's lack of flash, we'll have our answer about that question from the defense side. But I think Honor only get 1 or 2 more of fights like this.
He already died.
It feels like they're still strong. It feels like they still have the advantage. So they didn't seize the opportunity here, but they don't have Cryo. As you can see, Lahan is just holding the door here. 1 hook, and the fight's over.
Yeah, Keen has started upgrading.
Go in. Come on.
Well.
Damn it.
So those masterworks are going to keep coming in. Those ornaments being constructed. As we do have a start on this one. There's a lot of terrain for that arrow to fly through. And there it is. It appears onto the cow. Doesn't even press the R button, just delight. So that is not really what they were looking for. Humble Life Esports had an inkling on the plate. Doran looking for a flank angle. As there's the curtain call. We have the Dominus come through as well. Going into that backline. The Emperor's Divide is decent, but they're being cut apart. And yes, they get the corky. But at what cost? And the answer is everything.
And that's like that was a good team fight for them.
They lose the fight. They lose Soul Point. And it looks likely they will now lose the Baron. And it's a very disjointed fight there from Hanwha Life Esports. Keen has the ult out, does a lot of zoning, and even though the arrow missed, you have to be so cautious, so careful about how you're going to engage. That felt like Hanwha just didn't have a great plan. Delight didn't ult the last fight, didn't feel pressure by the arrow, but still
Such an edgelord, Mr. Urgot.
damage. It was difficult for Hanwha Life to turn there, and they forced it anyways. Both guys, sure, but like you said, they lose basically everything. And this might be the defining moments in this second game where Genji is trying to
Think that's gonna be it.
I need to die. I need to get heart steal.
Actually end up being fine, right? They used them both, didn't get the pick on Peanut before, but Keen still gets a double knockoff and gets a 3-man ban just to make sure. And I want to be clear, like FaZe didn't get swept up. I think that fight looked rough nonetheless, but that really just turned it from not just the one fight, not just the dragon, but straight up Baron, and what's most likely going to be the backbreaker here for Hanwha.
Yeah, so he basically just won the game at a 50 CS deficit, not necessarily having a great time in lane. It doesn't matter. You know, when these compositions that are constructed just work a lot better as a cohesive 5-man unit.
He's dead.
It just, you can see that it's so hard for Humble Life Esports to find this place because the onus is on them.
Okay, I needed to die.
To walk into Genji, who have
I
the
needed that
range advantage,
ASAP.
have the poke advantage, and
Better start stacking it and become the tank that we're gonna need.
as well as another arrow is going to fly in. This one straight between the goalposts. Not going to be able to find too much more there. As both going to connect.
Let's get a boot.
No,
We'll get some of that.
It's going to be there. And that does play some interference. Chovy just happily taking these shots, though it's just not doing that much.
But now you don't have your curtain call to really defend the siege. And Chovy's wrapping around. He's starting to put those arrows, and here comes the Ornhorn.
The train is going to come on through.
What, easier?
Good double knockoff comes down, but the redemption is there to keep them healthy once more. It's an end, but no, do not push in. That's what those brushes were saying. And Peanut is going to get his wish for now, but I just don't think...
What does that mean? It's infinite now from right? Or I have it I fully unlocked?
But it's still a decent stall from Hanwha Life. The main thing is trying to
Yep.
deny the opportunity
Awesome. Makes things
for,
easy.
Genji to actually take down the inhibitors. But I think compared to game number 1, where with the snow we felt like it was a real angle for Hanwha, I think this time around, that just doesn't feel as realistic. They can't afford to lose a single fight around Dragon from this point forward, right? Just because of the fact that Genji is already sitting at 3. Now, Pace has his masterwork, so does Canyon. And this is going to get harder and harder here for Hanwha Life as these fights start to feel more and more lopsided. Again, Doran, I don't think he's had a lot of opportunities, but the couple of things that he saw didn't really get anything done. And it makes you wonder, should we not just have pick the support for Delight and pick for Doran?
We barely survived what we did.
Was quite good.
Yeah, I really think that's certainly a question that the coaching staff is asking themselves right now backstage, because you end up also losing out in slot lane to the Ashe, right? The Blitzcrank pick worked a treat. There's so much repression there. And this draft year for Hanwha Life just really doesn't hit the mark unless it snowballs the game. And arguably, almost more so than what we saw in Game 1, but in a very different way. Not in terms of killing structures and killing turrets and trying to get the Tristana ahead, but you need to actually win team fights. You need to be oppressive on the map. Once you lose control, Baron goes down. Now Genji goes, yeah, we get to one division. Possible angle here, but this is a very tanky Kane, able to walk his way through that Emperor's Divide. The Dragon Ball comes in, the rest of Genji.
Had to go in.
Top lane up as Lahens takes a bunch of damage here from the curtains. As the Dragon's up in 48 seconds, just not quite enough to give them an advantage.
That's the problem. If they can get the continuation of that fight and actually use the fact that Keen isn't there, I think maybe that can.
Okay, now Gen G have soul point. Hanwha Life only have one, so they're definitely behind it. Like literally mirror last game in it then.
Gen G used a lot of ults too, but their competition is way less reliant on them than Hanwha Lives are. You need that Gen ultimate, you need the Emperor's Divide, or you're just not going to win these fights. I mean, you still have the Dominus, but even your Alistair is losing here for Gen G. If we see a hook come through, if it comes through on the Delight, that's as good as Dragon here for Gen G. And Keen has teleport here. As soon as he spawns, he can join. And there
Oh, I was gonna get him.
And Doran dashes here for the moment as the teleport does come on through here for Keen. Doesn't have the Call of the Forge God. That is, like you say, Chronicle, the most important thing for this fight as far as Keen is concerned. No Stranglethorns either. Was used towards the end of that little skirmish. But the arrow is up and it's going to be thrown straight into Zeka, who's in for the war. Doran abrupt there to make sure that he is not going to be seen. Finally, they get a control ward through, but now, will it be Hextexor, which is probably game, or will it be a one-team?
That was not a very smart ultimate. Is here. That's their thing too. My man is the freaking beginnings of Warhammer 40k, isn't he?
It's going to give you another opportunity, but you're going to have to get a couple more of these. Not just the dragon, but the fights. But you're going to want to get the most out of this, fight your way back into this game.
Yeah, because the thing about this, we go back all the way to this play here to catch Keen.
We're an ugly freaking chaos gen, that's what we are.
Well, what's more important here is how this dragon fight goes. I think the major part of the dragon fight here was that Hanwha Life were like, okay, we got to pick. We need to get some sort of pick, otherwise we can't win this dragon fight. We won't be able to deny the soul. Doran buys so much time, and Gen G have to balance. Do we let Hanwha Life and Doran collapse on us here? Do we just keep him at bay and then let them have the dragon? Because they can't push into those brushes and avoid Doran. He's gonna sandwich them. So they have to kind of keep him zoned out here. This allows Hanwha Life to secure the dragon. But what they get more is a kill here onto Doran, and they're able to take out that inner turret. So they pick up a ton of gold, additional map control, and most importantly,
Alright, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Baron is now spawned. Those ults are coming back online. Hanwha in big trouble if Gen G get this one with a 7,000 gold lead. I do think this is good.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, we actually got freaking Cassidy. I did not realize that.
They're looking towards that Baron. They have so much vision set up here, and into a blitzcrank, Hanwha Life is gonna have to take some risks.
I mean, Ash has flash.
We're just gonna slowly take on the turret. No worries.
Now he's got his upgraded ornament as well. They have full map control. They have full vision control here over this Baron, or they will once this final ward is cleared by the Hens. And Hanwha Life are fighting into blitzcrank with blind. Then there's no great target. All summoners are up. Not one player on Gen G does not have flash. Like, they all have it.
And it's 110 CS ahead for Canyon here. So this Zyra is very scary in comparison to this Ivern, whose Daisy is once again getting bullied out. Renekton looking for a position and angle here for Doran, does have his flash available. And of course, Peanut, a lot more facilitative, but it's just a lot more money that Gen G has access to in this game. You can see 6,000.
Wait for her R. Zaya, quit dying, please.
Gen G in these neutral fights are just pushing them further and further away from the objectives that Hanwha Life want to be fighting around and for.
I mean, the Ivern doesn't really have that much value in this late game unless you have a brawling or late game hyper carry, right? They usually this pick came into existence because we saw 2 AD carry meta and 2 scaling AD carries, not Jin and not Azir. Even if it is pressing the attack Azir with the Andres, he's on 3 items, but you still just aren't getting
wrong way.
because Daisy is constantly getting pushed by Blitzcrank.
Right on top of me, I missed the ultimate. That's sad.
He's basically just a tree. He's not a champion. You won't get hit by this arrow at least, but Genji are just saying, come at me. You give up Baron, we win the game. You try to fight us without vision, you lose the game.
Pentakill, ouch.
Our life is still stalling, and we'll see if that is going to be enough. Genji, it looking like instead of actually pulling the trigger on a Baron,
Hi, Asuka. Back?
are just going to play for the Dragon, which obviously is a lot lower in terms of risk. I think, again, Humble Life, and we keep saying this, they got one shot, right? 4 5 now done for Viper.
I'm still doing good, just getting through it, I think.
Which takes away a lot of the plays that Genji have set up up to this point, where Ash Arrow into follow-up with
Backdoor
kills.
shotgun.
That's going to be...
Usually I say no, but if he can do it.
His ultimate is one of the big issues that I don't think Humble Life has an answer for. That Ornult is not really something you can do too much about. In Genji, they can just send one member over to the Dragon, or they can trade Baron for Dragon and not care. This is only soul one for Humble Life, not the actual Hacking Soul.
Yeah, true. And again, they have full vision here over the so like, always
There we go.
being started at any moment. They always have to kind of try to...
Job misfortune.
Using Daisy a lot to try to do just that. Coming through here for Canyon, he is also so big at this stage of the game, and his damage, if you try to fight into these plants, is definitely something that Hanwha Life will feel. Hanwha Life has successfully spot time to be able to contest this Dragon or maybe trade, but again, it's not enough. It's not a fair trade. They now have Cryo on the Baron.
Arrow going to sail through once again. Delight is going to McHale's. And he is
I think they're ready for me to dive him like I did.
I'll
be tweaking out.
Wondering where it came from. Delight is sitting there with a Warmox, and he can't activate that to get out of CC. Does hold on to his ultimate. That is the
Or
important part.
freaking Urgot plans to reboot.
You gotta go, you have to fight, but you're caught up, you have no big cloud.
Yeah, the
Aw.
Dora knows exactly what's
Oh, he
going on,
ended.
But what is one Croc supposed to do against this one? He presses the dominance, but Humble Life Esports are just a little bit too late, and that is going to be the Hextech Soul to come in.
Have I accepted your friend request? I have not finished streaming yet. I even pulled up Twitter. But I will. I'll try to jump on there here shortly, okay? I'm almost done for a bit here anyway. Pretty sure his match is almost over too. Genji's gonna be beating Hanwha Life this time around. Pretty bad.
Will get knocked off the gate, and he is going to be able to take it here. But that is not going to stop this Baron from going down. Viper doing some sneaky stuff here, walking away, and is going to be able to take down a bountied up turret. But the Baron is still going to be secured, and Genji, I don't think mind about this Jin going behind this line. Maybe he gets the second turret bottom as well.
Oh my god, I keep missing.
Genji, but I just don't think they care that much. They're going to use their power to console back to stop him anyways. He's not going to be able to get away with it. And it's just Genji again, punishing the indecision here of Hanwha Life.
Dang, Cassidy, you hurt.
It's just not there. Delight is zoned out. He can't actually get on top of the targets he wants to hit, and then they just go straight to Doran. Lehens hooks over the wall and takes Zeka out, and he just takes some leaps for joy. It looks like this one is going to 1-1, as there's just nothing Hanwha Life could do in this. I'm your big bro. I'm your young.
Yeah.
There we go. Slowly, Plans is getting a little bit more confident as we'd expect.
The hands indeed.
What we want to highlight as well is when we go way back, you see how much space Genji is able to...
Twitter is mentioned a profile you can
right?
see.
Because there
I'll
is
accept,
so
no
much
worries, bud.
so much damage available. If you overstep,
Daisy!
already,
Oh, Arrow once again going to be collected, but it's Peanut that's in trouble. He's isolated. Another hook! This time onto the crocodile. The Sterix does nothing because he just can't move. And Genji though will be able to take down the top lane. But there's so much space. This space is just not going to last very much longer. I mean, if you get slowed,
Oh my gosh, she's melting me.
you have Hextech Soul, and he's just wanting to get out of the way as well, and then got hooked. There's no way you can do anything.
It's just doomed. It's just doomed in this one.
And the first inhibitor turret is going to go down. Inhibitor very short to follow. Minion waves prepared earlier here for Genji, and now taxiing towards both flanking turrets here. And Humble Life Esports, is there anything? Is there any angle? The thing is, I just don't see it. I don't see what they're supposed to do in this situation. Another arrow going to be soaked by Peanut. The tree is felled once again. The cow follows suit. The pigeon's down. And Viper just has to look on in horror as his menagerie is destroyed. And the Nexus is going to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, in this grand final, it's turning into a best of three as Genji clap back, and they clap back hard.
looking at this game and game number one, I imagine both teams are going to be looking at the jungle matchup specifically. I think Peanut and Canyon have a back-to-back game where they are the ones calling the playmaking potential. And then 1-2 of Ash Shira specifically gives you both bot lane prio while simultaneously with the Zyra allowing you to outpace basically any other jungle because nearly keeps getting banned. And you broke the Ivern and I think the Skarner as well just weren't able to stand up to the Furies early on.
Now remember, because Hanwha Life won game 1, they now have the opportunity to have advantage in terms of having that blue side even potentially in game 5, and they'll get their first blue side.
He's too much to take on alone apparently.
So, draft is very important in this one. I think this draft really didn't hit. Of the drafts we've seen here in Gyeongju this week from Hanwha Life, this weekend,
now I need to get tankier.
By far the weakest. And I think we'll see a lot more opportunity for Hanwha Life when they have blue side. They have that first pick, and they don't have to ban the Rumble away. They don't have to ban the Ziggs on red side, leaving them with only the Nidalee ban. I think there's a lot more options for them going into game 3.
Dako needs to do a strategy and just freaking backdoor.
Entirely was decided by draft.
And so far, it seemed like the more threats you have on your composition, the more flexible it is going to be. Hanwha Life Esports, they took away a bunch of those threats, and it didn't work. And we'll see what they can find as they head back to the drawing board. It is break time. Then the space, and we'll have game number 3. We'll see you there.
Oops, waste your ult.
The order is given. My soldiers march on.
Let me go back there. All right, we're good. Ooh, we barely won. Good job, good job. Unlike Hanwha Life. Their second game, we won that one. I'm happy with that. At least I got to work this time around. What do y'all think? We could finish watching some more of the LCK finals probably. And some more ARAM later today maybe. We tank a lot at least. Damage taken 45, 39. Oh yeah, we did a lot of damage. We're good.
여기 체크돼? 뭐야? 아, 오케이. 아래. 네, 나 이거 앞에 자리 잡아줄게. 아지랑 봐볼게. 아지랑 만다. 이거 리파이 못한다. 이러면. 알리 W 없어.
Not too long of a stream I suppose, but it's not bad. I need my stuff to eat anyway. Probably do some more though. So remember to either later today or tomorrow. We'll start with match 3. Go from there. Sound good? Then I just keep it running. We do nothing while it runs. That'll be boring. It's just me watching the freaking finals with y'all, so I'll just probably good for now. At least made through 2 matches. I'm kind of happy with that. Maybe instead we'll watch the LEC finals or the LCS finals or the LPL finals next time. I don't want to say this one ends too. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll put it out on Twitter so we jump on later anyway. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, till next time then. Alright, my fellow wanderers and AstroNyauts, y'all take care. Y'all have a good day, good night, whatever you're doing. I'll catch y'all hopefully soon. Maybe even today. We'll see if we get the boring to do some fun stuff, yeah? Till next time though. You guys take care. Bye bye, everybody. Bye 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 bye.